Hey everybody. So sorry for missing like 4 days, maybe five. I can't even remember where we're at. Always had these good intentions to do the 12 days. Sound. Hang on one second. Anyway, the bottom line is that, yeah, then we're still living in the 3D and I have Christmas things to do. And get online is next to impossible. Anyway, hi Sam. Oh, I know. He needs attention, so I am going to keep this short tonight. He also, again, hates the incense, but he's going to have to put up with it if he wants to stay. All right, there's so much going on right now. Ooh, it's not even that it's intense, but it's a lot to process. So it's interesting. The big reason I came back on is I saw this today, or I guess it was yesterday, but I'm going to read the whole thing. I don't normally do this. I just want to come on because there's an explanation of things that are going on. And I understand this resonated with me, so this might not resonate with you. So as I start reading it, it's from a man named David Alexander Lightfoot. Yeah. I'm just going to read the key pieces because I have been talking about the Christ consciousness. I just want to put it into terms of our body and what's happening to us right now. And this is also part of the reason I haven't been on in the last couple of days, because there's some days where I'm just, my body is processing something I've never felt before. Okay, so let's read this. The pituitary gland and the pineal gland. So if you don't know a lot about those are our third eye, both connections to the third eye, are processing through major clearing and activations over the next month. As we continue to awaken into the Christ consciousness and enlightenment. This is all in preparation for our rebirth and resurrection as Christ in the flesh, in the new earth and the age of Aquarius. Biblically, Mary is the pituitary gland, or what they call the milk, and Joseph is the pineal gland, which they call the honey. The pituitary gland is the lunar feminine. It is responsible for oxytocin, the hormone for love, affection, vasopressin, the hormone of intimate attraction, but it also triggers the need for boundaries and protection, mothering. I added the mothering, that's not in this. The pineal gland is the solar masculine aspect, represented by Joseph or Yosef, meaning God shall add. It produces melatonin, which becomes DMT, and other molecules of enlightenment. If you're not sure what DMT is, it is a naturally occurring chemical in our body. When we hit the state of nirvana or enlightenment, our DMT production is high. It's called the God molecule. It's when we connect to God. So it's always when we're meditating and doing those things where we're supposed to get to. That's why ayahuasca works, because those two components get us into high DMT production. Anyway, you can go do a whole bunch of research and things on that. But it can be obtained naturally, which is always our goal, right? I mean, you can do it synthetically, but it's not going to help you out much. It's better to get there naturally. Anyway, carrying on. When the two come together, they alchemically produce the sacred nectar, which is the Christ, milk and honey. The creation of nectar travels to Bethlehem, or the house of bread. The house is a manger where Christ is born. In our body, it is located at the solar plexus. This is a channeling from David Lightfoot, but Honestly, I've not seen a better explanation of this. We are collectively experiencing this procreation and birth of Christ from the solstice to December 25th, when our original star origin home lines up with Earth, creating a beam of energy that awakens all star seeds and to our collective birth of the plasmic light body within the new Son of God. New Sun, and it's spelled sun, S-U-N, not S-O-N. Wonder why there's all these solar flares all the time. It's never been about the sun, a masculine figure. So for all of those people that were always pooping on the whole like masculinity, femininity thing, that isn't the thing. We are dealing with the sun, although the sun generally is kind of masculine in its origin, but we won't get into that. Okay, one more thing. This year's activation of the Pillar of Light is helping us to complete the transfiguration into New Earth, to the new timeline, and for the ground crew that is ready for this resurrection of becoming Christ reborn through our molecular structure. There's a part where he explains why this is all the weird body stuff that's going on right now. Like I had some weird stuff happen today, but we'll get into that in a minute. So we will witness the results of these upgrades through the equinox. Keep your mind and body clear, and over these next few weeks to support this physical alchemical process that the brain, glands, spine, nervous system, chakras, and light body all need to go through. Love and blessings. Sometimes it posts on 144 God code or David Alexander Lightfoot. Sorry, I screwed that up. Anyway, that when I read that, I was like, I can't explain this better than that. So yeah, I mean, it's a big post and I went through that fairly fast. You might have to watch this video more than one time. I've kept this on the thing, so I might come back. If leave a comment if that was too fast and you want to go back over it. But honestly, when I saw that, I was like, wow, my mind was because that makes so much sense. Yeah, like today I've been cleaning and we're doing holiday stuff. We're getting ready for people to be in our house and that kind of thing. And I was getting cramps in my foot, like at the top of my foot. I've never had cramps in there. It was making all my toes go like this. And I was like, I don't understand. So I would rub it out. Then the bottom of my foot went into full cramp. And I was like, I don't get this. And then my hands did it. I was like, honestly, I know my hands I get because I'm a massage therapist. So they're tight sometimes. But my feet, I didn't get it. And it literally was making my foot kind of appear like this. It was really messed up. And the funny part is, for those of you who know me in person, is that I live with my mom, and the same thing happened to her. About 20 minutes later, she couldn't flatten her foot out because it was cramping so bad. Anyway, I don't pretend to know what's going on right now. I'm just along for the ride. But like I said, when I read that was the most connection I've had in a long time. So good. Okay, let's do 3 cards from the Christ consciousness for today, even though I know it's the end of the day. I am going to try to come on every day up until solstice, or I'm just going to I am coming on live for solstice for a couple hours. That'll be early though, just because, I'm going to go do my own meditation at 9:30 at night. I think the solstice comes in right at 9:30 Mountain Time. So, I haven't had any of these cards yet. Okay, So the first card is called New Vintage. Be open-minded. Yeah, I think, yeah, everything I just read, honestly, if you're listening to half of that, you probably went, what the heck? There's all things I've never heard about. Especially, here's the thing. Again, we're going to get back on the soapbox. When it comes to this Christ consciousness thing, like people are just like, the minute you start talking about Christ or Mary or Joseph or any of the Christmas story, everyone's like, you're a Christian. Like, it's become a bad word. I am not a Christian. Just going to put it out there. I appreciate all views of things. And I think that's where we need to be. And it doesn't matter what you practice to get to the light point. It just matters that you get to the light point. So I don't know where I was going with that. Dang. It's like we have to be open-minded about, that, like, even for Christians. I know I said this to a Christian the other day about my thoughts on like what was really happening and the fact that, like, well, at this point, let's just come out with it. I don't think Christ was born on the 25th of December. Just going to put that out there. I'm going to get lots of probably hate for that. But I think historically, and again, we're talking about timelines and our calendar's been screwed up since then, regardless of all those pieces. Logistically, if you work it out, I mean, there's some reference into the Bible that Mary and Joseph couldn't get into something to birth the baby because it was Holy Weekend, but it was already a Holy Weekend. Anyway, I think Christ was probably born around June, July, April, May, June. I don't know. All I know is I feel like Nativity is about the story of Christ. It didn't all happen in one day, right? It all happened in a timeline. Honestly, I feel like it was December 25th would have been about the time that the wise men actually arrived on site at, they would have stayed there maybe for 6 months. It would have taken the wise 6 months. They didn't just magically teleport into the situation by hearing it or seeing a star. It took months, years to travel places, So anyway, I shouldn't be talking about all this because I'm totally going to get struck down by somebody. I'm not going to get struck down by that because who knows what's true. Anyway, be open-minded. The stuff we've been told may not be true, especially when it comes to what I just read you or read that thing. We have zero understanding about how this really works. How, particularly when we get into the hormones and the chemicals that naturally occur in our body, like DMT, and how we access those. Like, we've been lied to. Anyway, we have to keep an open mind about everything that's about to be revealed to us. It's not like a discovery where it's just you are going to have it. This is a collective discovery coming up. And be open-minded and be like, oh, I didn't know that's how my brain chemistry actually worked. That's amazing. I can do so much with that. As opposed to, no, the science, that's not true. Science says this. That ain't gonna fly anymore. Anyway, we also got, Thomas. Mind, trap, and doubt. Well, which parallel are you gonna settle for? You're gonna stay in 3D and fall for the mind trap and doubt everything because they told you how to think and believe? Or you're going to be open-minded to the possibility that there is so much more out there than we were ever led to believe, that we are more powerful than we were ever led to believe. I'm going to go back to that post because, this is the lie we've been told, is that we're coming into this activation now where it's like we were always meant to be the rebirth of Christ. You say that to most people, they're like, "That's no, we're waiting for some physical avatar to show up on this planet and be that guy." That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. It's coming through us, which is everything I just read to you. So either go back and watch the beginning of this video as I read that through, or again, like I said, leave a comment and I will rehash this tomorrow. I'll reread it. Maybe we'll break it down into pieces. Our last card from the Christ Consciousness deck, Christ Consciousness, is Ankh, the Ankh symbol. The key to life, eternal life. Yeah, this is what's happening right now. We are being given back the keys to the kingdom to understand that we have the key and the knowledge of life and how it actually works and what it's really about. That's what's happening right now. Our bodies are just going through this process of being upgraded, and it's not super pleasant. I know. Like the foot cramping today, I was like, this is insane. I can't even flex my foot. And actually, when I looked down at my foot, it looked like it was broken on one side. It wasn't both sides. It was just the one side. And I was like, that's so strange. And I couldn't even get the cramp to stop. That was the funny part. I was like, yeah, probably I should be taking some more magnesium or making sure I'm hydrated enough. But it was actually very enlightening, actually. Okay, let's do 3 cards from the Spirit of Aloha. We can all use more of that in our life, that's for sure. Yeah, okay. Okay. So the first one we got is Crowning Moment. Crowning Moment. Celebrate your accomplishments. This has been a big one for me the last couple of days because I felt like I wasn't getting things done and I was way behind, and including these videos, and I was like a little upset about it. But I'm like, I got other things done, and yeah, I did a lot of good things for myself, for my family. And so it's just like, just taking in a moment of you and how far you've come. Also, like, was at a friend's on Saturday and talking about this process that we've all been through. I've been doing this, like, if someone said, when did your awakening start? Mine was like 2016, end of 2016, beginning 2017. That was, I've always been working on spiritual stuff and there maybe was previous awakenings, but this one was the one where I saw the world for what it actually was and was like, holy shit, this is a lie. We've been lied to, and it's very different from what we were told. Very different. So again, I just lost my train of thought again. But I was like, I don't know. I said to this friend, I'm like, aren't you glad we're at where we are now? That we can sit back and be like, oh, I've come a long way in this process. And now I can kind of sit back and I don't have to get involved in the nitty gritty, dirty details of stuff that people are just starting to come into. Like, I'm glad I'm where I'm at in the process at this time. So just pat yourself on the back a little bit and be happy for what you've already accomplished. That's the gist of right now. We're getting a little push from that feminine side. Feminine inspiration finds strength in sisterhood. Yeah, that's interesting because that's for everybody. Like divine masculine, divine feminine. Divine masculines, like instead of going to the bros, like maybe go check out your female friends and hang out with them a little bit more. Have these conversations with them. Feminine, we already know how to do this. We got to stop fighting each other though first. There's still a lot of fighting going on. What is with that? We're like, anyway, we won't get in. That's a whole separate video. Feminines, yeah, just being more open-minded and accepting of your fellow women. And I feel like, yeah, it's time to pull things back together again, particularly in the feminine aspect. The last card we got is a clear sign, letting us know, because this full moon is coming up on Boxing Day, 26th. Magnified and brought to light. Prepare for expansion in heart and mind. I don't need to say a lot about that. So from solstice to Christmas to this, to the full moon on the 26th, it's go time, folks. Like, be ready for your heart expansion. It's happening. I love it. I've been waiting so long for this. I really have. I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited. It's like the greatest Christmas gift. It's like I already like snooped and know that it's coming. Like I peeked under the thing and I know what I got, but I still have to act all surprised when it shows up on Christmas Day. Oh, I can't wait. Ooh, I didn't know if that was a card in there. Okay, we're going to read it anyway. I don't know how to read it, but... okay. Yeah. Oops. Okay. First card we got was patience. So it's funny because it's a clock, but it's kind of all over the dang place. Like, well, it is 10 after 12, but we won't say much about that. Yeah, we're not quite there yet. We're getting there. But like there's symbols on the clock in Hawaii, these are Hawaiian symbols. Hanu, I don't recognize the rest, but it's the gist though is that it's like have patience, like things are occurring. Again, we don't work on a solid time line that is like linear, that has dates and times and stuff. So like, there was supposed to be something happening on the 15th. It didn't happen. It may have happened in the timeline, but wasn't recognized by some of us, particularly me. That doesn't mean it's not happening. I know, that's a really hard one. Because here, I'm going to read the third card first, and we're going to end on the last card. So, empathy. I love this card too, because it's like embracing your brother, your sister, everyone around us. Like, we are going to have to hold people up, and like we're going to have to give some of the biggest, longest empathy exchanging hugs of our life. Yeah. People are not going to get what's about to happen. It's kind of scary. I don't even get what's about to happen. I'm going to need a great big hug. The key is this: brotherhood, sisterhood. Have empathy for one another. Like, it doesn't matter what stage of this game we're at. Like, whether you get it all or you don't get it all. And all of a sudden you get it. And it's like, hold that person's hand, hug them, rub their back. I said, like, to someone the other day, like, I feel like I know my job. I've talked about this before. My job, even though I don't know when or how or what is exactly about to happen, my job is that I came here to be empathetic and to hold the space when this all goes down, because it's the equivalent of holding someone's, hair back and rubbing their back while they puke in the toilet, because it's going to be really difficult for some people. Most of us have a sort of a baseline of what's been going on. And even we're going to be shocked by some of the the shit that comes out. Sorry, it's just shit. That's a nice word for it. We're going to need some of this too. We're going to need higher up people holding our back and going, it's okay. Like, it's not going to be pretty. It's actually quite ugly, most of it. But we have to go through this process to make it to the other side. So have some empathy. Stop being a dink. Sorry, I'm going to put that out there right now. Just driving around in the city, going to stores, like normally this time of year is chaotic and hectic and people aren't the nicest, right? It's like tenfold out there and people are being assholes. Sorry, gonna use the word. Try not to be those people. Try not to be those people. Try to love those people, even though we don't love them. Humanity is going through a lot right now, right? And recognize that we are too. We're part of that. Yeah, like I said, we're going to learn things that even make us go, take a breath, take a pause, need a moment, have a little cry, have a little laugh. Anyway, it's all for the betterment of everything. So anyway, now I'm going to laugh because the very last card we got, I didn't know this was in the deck. I don't think this was, I feel like this wasn't in the deck. I've looked at this deck a million times. It's just blank. And it's white. And it's got nothing. It's white light. But I think it's also detachment and nothingness. And the future is wide open. Who knows what gets painted onto this card? We paint what goes onto this card. Anyway, that is pretty much it for the night. I feel like we're going to do one more Christ consciousness one to wrap this up. And then, well, we should probably do the meditation, right? Pick that back up. I don't know if you guys are enjoying that or not, but we'll do it anyway. Here we go. Oh, nice. Miracles. That goes really well with that card. Here's why. Manifest, and believe. This is the season of miracles. This is the season of manifesting. This is the season of belief. Even if you're in this belief about our friend Santa Claus, right? Father Christmas. That's an amazing belief to have because, yeah, it just is. I think it's special. I know some people would argue but we won't get into that. Let's do a quick meditation and call it a night. And then hopefully I can keep coming on the next couple days. So find yourself in a comfortable position, closing your eyes, slowing your breath, and then breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth 3 times. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Breathe. and rest. And take a moment of silence. And we didn't do it at the beginning, but now take your right hand and place it over your heart center, your left hand at solar plexus. Take in a nice big deep breath and exhale. And just feel the increase in energy of love at heart center and light, 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 light at solar plexus. Just increasing that light. Breathing again in through the nose and out through your mouth. Making sure you're back into your space of meditation, grounded in your body. Taking one more deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then when you're ready, you may open your eyes. All right, so here's the interesting part. I pulled a few more cards because I just wanted one word before we left. But I got 3. So the first word is truth. So again, the truth is about to be revealed. Confirmation. I didn't even know this card was in there either. Confirmation. The big thumbs up. The great reveal is about to happen. Where does it lead us? Despite how difficult or unbelievable it may be, it leads us to joy. We are in the season of joy. So I ask you to spend every day from now till solstice, till Christmas, till the new year, till June, to all of these things, finding joy in every moment, however you can, creating joy, however you can. It's really important and crucial that we're doing this right now. This is the work we came to do. So, see you tomorrow. Take care of yourselves, and I love you. Good night.